Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? I go by RB, Philly Take with RB. The Philadelphia Eagles defeat the New Orleans Saints in upsetting fashion by a score of 24-21. The Eagles snap a 4-game losing streak, and they snap a 9-game winning streak of the New Orleans Saints. And my God, I mean, what is going on? Like, I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I don't know what to say. What am I supposed to come on here and say at this point, man? Audio. Let me see. All right, how do we sound now? How do we sound now? Let me know how we sound. Let me know in the chat. How are we sounding? How are we sounding? We're good? All right. Sorry, fellas. I just got a new computer, upgraded to a new PC, got a new setup, as you can see, green screen and everything. My fault, fellas. Let's start this over, all right? What's going on, everybody? What the Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Saints 24-21. The Eagles move to 4-8-1 on the season. They snap a 4-game losing streak. They snap the Saints 9-game winning streak, even though Drew Brees isn't in. Even though, guy after guy after guy goes down and gets injured on the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what I just watched. Look, we're going to talk about everything. I took a bunch of notes during this game, but I took careful precaution to watch the game. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to watch the ins and the outs, and you guys know what I realized in this game. Hold on, you guys know what I realized in this game is that, number one, the Philadelphia Eagles played this game harder than any game they did this season, okay? They played much harder. Number two, Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, he's going to be the topic of discussion today, but Jalen Hurts, he came out here and he fought and he played well, okay? Jalen Hurts played well. He probably played better than, honestly, than Carson Wentz has played all season. He only had an 83 quarterback rating, but from what I saw with my eyes, he played much better. And we're going to talk about why. But let me just say, Doug Peterson, the way that Doug Peterson coached this game was completely different. It was completely different. I mean, look, I have my theories. We were talking about this, but Jalen Hurts might be the future quarterback of this team. It's because, number one, he's fresh. He has young legs. He can move. Two, he's been decisive. Jalen Hurts is decisive. You know what I mean? A lot of these plays were actually called passes, but Jalen Hurts used his legs. He used his legs to operate, and everything fed off of that. This guy, most of his throws were on point. Jalen Hurts had a good game. In the second half, the Saints brought a lot of pressure. They brought a lot of different things to try to throw Jalen Hurts off of his mark. But at the end of the day, Hurts fought, right? He did what he could. But Doug Peterson, it's crazy how Doug Peterson designs his game plan towards a certain quarterback. At this point, we can shut down the Wentz and Doug match. They are not a match. They don't work together. They don't work together. It just is what it is. They do not work together because Doug does not coach to the strengths of Carson Wentz. That's what this whole thing comes down to. Doug Peterson coaches to the strengths of certain quarterbacks. What did he do? He rolled Jalen Hurts, I think, 8 times out of the pocket in the first quarter. He used things. I mean, but then there's just so much. Like, I can't take it anymore, bro. I can't. I don't understand how the offensive line played spectacular in this first half. I don't understand how guys like Jalen Reagor all of a sudden can get open with 20 yards of space. I don't understand how Dallas Goedert can dip and dive certain defenders now. Alshon Jeffrey had his first touchdown of the year, first touchdown of the game, by the way. I bet nobody took that bet. The dude must hate Carson Wentz. I don't know. But Alshon Jeffrey, he was fighting. There was one play where Zach Ertz did a toe tap. Zach Ertz did a toe tap, and Alshon Jeffrey comes out here, and he's bumping his chest. He's getting hype. I'm like, is this Alshon Jeffrey that I've seen for the last 12 weeks? Isn't that Alshon Jeffrey? This team played harder for Jalen Hurts. They played like they had some hope. They played like they had a goal. The defense was bad in the second half, but in the first half, they were amazing. Now, maybe the Saints just didn't take us seriously. At the end of the day, I never thought that the Eagles would be a trap game for somebody, but this was a trap game. And at the end of the day, man, it's just insane to see how different the Eagles won this game. We're going to talk about it. This matters. I honestly think this might have hurt us. Now, it depends. Do you think can the Eagles win this division now? Who knows? The Giants lost. Washington won. Dallas. Can the Eagles win this pitiful division? I don't know, and I'm not going to think about it yet. But at the end of the day, we might have hurt our draft stock on this game. I don't know what to think anymore. I just can't take it anymore. But look, here's what I'll say to begin. The Jalen Hurts pick back in April is still a bad pick. Don't get that out of your mind. But at the end of the day, I will support him. He was the quarterback of my team today, and he played his ass off. Jalen Hurts played like he had purpose. Jalen Hurts, man, I got to give him a round of applause. To come in against the best defense in the NFL, second in rush, I believe, and fourth in the pass, and to play the way that he did, confident, mobile, not overthinking, not double making decisions. I mean, he just played, and he played well. And now we have even more of a situation in terms of this whole quarterback controversy. What do we do? Do we eat $50 million next year on Carson's contract? Do we trade? Like, we can't even trade him now. Damn it. I don't know what to do anymore, all right? I'm a confused Eagles fan. Am I supposed to be happy that we won this game? I'm happy we played well. But how does this affect our draft stock? How does this affect... I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know. Miles Sanders, I mean, Doug Peterson, the way he coached this game was absolutely different, man. Shout out to all the members in the building. Shout out to everyone in here. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Real quick, I see my guy Caesar, just like my tweet. I want to give a special shout out to my guy. If you guys know Cesar Ruiz on the New Orleans Saints, he came in during this game to play right guard. He was drafted in the first round this year. Me and him actually go back to middle school. It was sensation. It was surreal seeing my guy come out on the field against my Philadelphia Eagles. So Caesar, man, shout out to your Saints. I hope you guys do good in the playoffs just to see you do well. But man, it was crazy seeing my guy out there and come into that game. He just hit me up on Twitter. Shout out to him, man. That was crazy. Just wanted to put that out there. Shout out to him. But holy crap, man. Miles Sanders, 14 carries for Miles Sanders, 115 yards, and 106 yards on 18 carries for Jalen Hurts. Is Jalen Hurts the next Michael Vick? I mean, what is going on? What is happening here? Week 14, I never would have thought we'd be in this predicament. Oh my gosh. And by the way, I don't want to hold on. I'm going to get to this super chat. I don't want to, exclude the fact that we almost lost this game. I'm sitting here setting up the stream and the Eagles are doing everything they can to lose this game. Oh my God. I mean, bad penalties. We get it in the last couple minutes. They missed 2 field goals. Will Lutz doesn't usually miss 2 field goals. He missed 2 field goals. And then we give him the ball back. Jalen Hurts fumbles, bad decision, rookie mistake, it's fine. But we give it to them back. They go down and get a free touchdown. Our secondary was decimated. So many injuries, man. So many injuries, but we go down and we let them have a touchdown. They almost get the onside kick. I mean, we're trying to lose this game, but it's crazy, man. Shout out to my guy, Jalen Totally. Appreciate the super chat. Says, you better hope this doesn't give job security to people who should probably get fired. Great point. I hear you, bro. This game is going to give some sense of confidence to Doug Peterson and probably to the Eagles organization like, oh, now that we have this quarterback, we can do this. No, it should not exclude everything else. And I absolutely agree with you, my guy. Wow. I mean, look, there's still a lot of adjustments and changes that need to be made, but you're right. But I can't believe what's going on here, man. I don't know. Jalen Hurts looked like a franchise quarterback today. And I'm not going to say he is based off one game, but now we're going to have this competition. I don't think you can just cut Carson Wentz, and I don't know who's going to want to trade for him. But for Jalen Hurts to come out here and win this game in an upset, the first start of Jalen Hurts against the best defense in the NFL. I'm seeing Malcolm send pressure. They're sending Malcolm on pressure against Jalen. I mean, they're hitting this guy left and right, 15-yard penalty after 15-yarder, and he just stayed calm, cool, and collected. And when he got out of the pocket, guess what? He got rid of the ball. It's crazy, man. Sanders over 100 yards. Hold up. The Philadelphia Eagles in this game.
This is a DM.
The Philadelphia Eagles in this game finished with 246 rushing yards on 36 attempts. Wow. Jeez, when you have 30 passes and 32 rushes, even though some of those were designed passes, you see what happens when you maintain a balance, Doug? You see what happens? I know you have a dual threat quarterback. I know you can do different things, but see what happens when you don't go away from your back all the time? Another thing, turnovers. That's another thing. The energy culminated throughout this team. Duke Riley finds himself with an interception, a strip sack by Josh Sweat. The D-line already led the league in sacks coming into this game, and you got Josh Sweat with 2 sacks. You got Javon Hargrave with 2 sacks. You got this D-line playing crazy. Even though in the second half, we started to play soft in the second half. Our coverage got really soft, and it was mainly because of how many dang injuries we had. McLeod and Slay got hurt on the same play. Maddox goes down. Who else? Barnett was down. Malik Jackson was down. So many guys got injured, and at the end of the day, Jim Schwartz does what he does best. When we get injured, he plays soft. He takes everybody off. And I was like, I thought the Saints were going to win this game because they were just rolling. They were rolling, and we were just letting them come down the field. But we made a couple big plays, and we did what we had to. And Jalen Hurts, on a nice drive, took us down the field in, I think, 6 plays. And we scored with a Miles Sanders touchdown. 2 touchdowns for Miles Sanders. If anything, this game should show that we have a franchise running back on our hands. He is a franchise running back. And we got to start treating him like one. But overall, this team just played hard today. They just played hard. Taysom Hill went 28 for 38, but he didn't really play good at all. I know he had almost 300 yards. I didn't see a lot from Taysom Hill until, the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurts only had 167 yards. If you looked at these numbers, you would think that we didn't win this game. But, man, the rushing element, the dynamic of this team, running the ball. What have I said all year? Let the run open up the pass. Unbelievable, man. I don't know if we should tank. I don't know if we should win the division. I don't know. Give me answers. I mean, my gosh. There's so much I want to talk about in this game. It would take all night if I could talk about everything. Oh, yeah. One more guy we must rake through the coals, all right? First off, no Jason Peters. He's going for the year. Thank you, football gods. We appreciate you for your time here. You're done. The offensive line held up in the first half. In the second half, they saw different things. How can I be mad with no solidarity on this offensive line? But Herbig played okay. Mailata played okay. They opened up some holes, especially on the 82-yard touchdown run by Miles Sanders. But look, One guy, and that name is Jake Elliott. All right. Sit back in your chair, wherever you're watching this from. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. And let's just enjoy for a second the one good season we had from Jake Elliott. The one good season. So you're telling me Jake Elliott, I mean, I was literally in tears before halftime. I was in tears. A 22-yard field goal, okay? And we'll get on to some good stuff after this. But a 22-yard field goal. How long isn't an extra point like 35, 37 yards? Now, 22. I could kick a 22-yard field goal. And Jalen Hurts does all this work to bring us down to the what? The 10-yard line? And Doug, in the opposite effect of what Doug would do, he, so bad. How we went for it on like 5 4th downs this game. 4 4th downs, we went 2 for 4. Doug, in his right mind, wanted so bad to go for it. I think it was like 4th and 3. He wanted so bad to go for it. And you know what Doug did? He swallowed his pride and said, Jake Elliott, come out there and give me a 22-yard field goal. And he can't hit a 22-yard field goal. You want to talk about bad contracts. Jake Elliott, see your way out of this town. I'll eat the money. I'll eat next year's money. I'll eat whatever it takes. Get Jake Elliott out of this town. Thank you once again for your good year. Thank you. I appreciate your Super Bowl year, but you're so bad that you're not like. You ever seen something that's so bad you just can't even comprehend it? This guy can split the uprights on a 50-yard field goal, and he can't hit a 22-yard field goal. I don't get it. Goodbye, Jake Elliott, and good riddance. Moving on from that, we're about to get some of these comments, and we got almost 200 in the chat. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. You know what to do. Look, man. Again, I don't know how to feel. Only 167 passing yards, but it seemed like Jalen Hurts was making the plays that you had to. But the thing that stood out to me was his decisiveness, how fast he got out of the pocket, and how he used his legs to make plays all day. Over 100 rushing yards. He's the second quarterback all time, with 100 rushing yards in his first start ever. The only other guy was Lamar Jackson. It's crazy. It is crazy. Oh, my God. I mean, the Eagles win this game. I don't know if it's good. I don't. I'm just going to sit here all night and question it. Do we win the division? Are we 10? Who knows? Let me know in the chat, man. Let's go ahead and get into some comments. That's my takeaway from the game. Jalen Hurts might be the future franchise quarterback. What do you do with Carson Wentz now? I don't know if we should win. I don't know anymore because the Jalen Hurts I saw today might be able to win a division. But can we win a playoff game when our team is detrimental? It is just decimated with injuries. And my last point again, which I'll reference, the way that Doug Peterson coaches game, all right, I saw motions. I saw screens. I saw misdirections. I saw Doug Peterson coaching to the strengths of Jalen Hurts. He has not coached to the strengths of Carson Wentz, and I'm just going to get this out right now. The organizational failures have led to Carson Wentz's bad mechanics, and Wentz has been terrible. His decision-making is off, but the way they have treated Carson Wentz was terrible throughout the last couple years. He might be gone, and it might be Jalen Hurts' time. I don't know, man. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, we just beat a 10-2 team. We beat the best defense in the NFL in his first start. I just saw a completely different team with the coaching, the way they played, the effort, everything. Crazy, man. Crazy. Gene says you got your heart back. We played with heart today. We played different, man. Crazy. Say bye to Jamar Chase. Top 5 pick is going. It's man. Gonna try to hit all these comments. We got 216 in the chat. Hit the like button. Jalen didn't have 20 turnovers like Carson. That's the one thing. Doug's scheme was to have Carson sit in the pocket, which is not his strength. And when Carson tried to roll out, first off, he did it too late. But when he did, he would always try to extend the play. You know what I saw? Jalen Hurts knows how to throw the ball away. He just gets out of the pocket and throws it away. It's not that hard. Eagles defense played hard. Carson kept giving up. Eagles defense played amazing in the first half. In the second half, they did not play well. But again, it's because of how many injuries, and Jim Schwartz was just playing off. We were playing protection ball. We were playing the safety net, 5 yards. We were letting them have yards and trying to prevent the score, even though we did give up a couple scores. So, Asia Roberson, what's going on? Shout out to all my members in the building. Shout out to Asia. Hey, this division is crazy. Last week I said the Giants were going to win. Who knows now? But I don't know what to do anymore. Jalen Hurts is fantastic. Doug had so many designs. He had so many different plays. I mean, the play action, the shotgun, the empty back set, the quarterback reads, everything. And I know you can do more with Jalen Hurts, but this was a completely different game plan from what he would do with Carson. I either think, look, and again, guys like Alshon are playing hard, and everyone's just playing hard. Either this team doesn't believe in Carson, either they don't like him and don't think he's a leader, or at the end of the day, him and Doug are not a good match. I think Carson Wentz needs a change of system. Now, whether that's here or somewhere else, might be somewhere else. Who knows what's going to happen? But I will give one more thought is that, the way that we played today, Jalen Hurts, it was great. It was fantastic. But at the end of the day, we have now given teams more film. We have now won a game that might be meaningless to us. So I don't know. And Jalen Hurts, the whole thing that everyone was concerned about with Carson, Jalen Hurts runs a lot. And he's going to have to learn how to slide, take hits. Who knows? Because he was taking a lot of hits. I'm just saying. But he was great. He was great to watch. For once, I sat back. I thought we were going to have a 4-quarter game of good football. Obviously, the second half was different, but we hung it out and we won the game, even though we tried to lose. This season has been – 2020 is a crazy year. And you know what I noticed? I noticed that – this is what I noticed. And it all made sense. It was like a full circle. It made sense. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me know if you agree. Doug Peterson did this kind of stuff with Carson Wentz in 2017, right? When he had the assets, when Carson had young, fresh legs. This is what Doug Peterson did with Carson Wentz. It's exactly what he did. He let him play free, moved him around, put guys in motion, really confused the defense, kept them off balance. Then Carson Wentz got injured. He got, heavier, and here we are. And now it's like he has a new, fresh quarterback who can run, who has that dual threat to him, and now it's like he's incorporating all these elements again. I just think that Doug's coaching changed over time, and it doesn't fit Carson anymore. Like, Doug can align playbooks to a certain quarterback, but this is exactly what we saw in 17 from Wentz. Until he got hurt, until he got heavier, and now I feel like Doug is – there's no way that it just kicked into his head this game. There's no way it just kicked in like that of how to play. Give 32 carries, 30. Like, there's no way it just kicked in like that. There's no way. I just think that Doug and Carson aren't a good match anymore. I don't know. What's going on, Ryan Rowe? That was crazy. It really was. Dang. Hurts is that man next. Russell Wilson. Oh my gosh. Washington won. People complain about the draft pick. I'm glad this team has not given up. We're going to skip down on some of the comments. Woo! Shout out to all my members up in the building. What's going on? Asia Roberson. What is going on? JH. What's good? Says Hurts. Is that what we're going to be chanting here? I saw someone on Twitter put a jersey of Carson Wentz. They said one. They put a plus sign in the middle. So it said 1+1. And they crossed out the WEN and put HUR. Like, what people are doing is crazy. People think, Oh, man. I don't know what to think anymore. BOSG, what's going on, my guy? Hurts is one of the most exciting quarterbacks. We regret the second round pick. All right. It is time to address this once again. Once again, the second round pick, because of what has happened this season, the pick was still bad at the time. To pay your franchise quarterback $100 million guaranteed and $128 million total, and then to pick a quarterback in the second round, it is a stupid decision. It's not what a logical franchise does. It's not. You either shouldn't have paid him, or you should have paid him and committed and drafted a guy in the 5th round or the 6th round, or signed a veteran backup. You cannot come out here and tell me these things now and say that it was a good pick. No, it was a bad pick at the time. I'm glad that we have a guy of talent. I'm going to support Jalen Hurts. But listen, it still was not a smart pick at the time. And I still think Howie Roseman has done a terrible job drafting. We need more talent on this team. But Jalen Hurts looks like the man. So Jalen Hurts versus Kyler Murray, it's not debatable. He won another week as the starter. Oh, definitely. I mean, he's going to play the rest of the year, probably. I'm an OU fan. I watched him plenty at OU. I did not think he was going to be a good NFL quarterback. You see, you got people right here telling me. Why doesn't he coach like that every week? I don't know. I don't know what goes through Doug's head. Jake Elliott needs his kneecaps broken. Caesar Ruiz. Hey, shout out to my guy C's, man. If the Eagles get healthy next season, bench Wentz, put Jalen Hurts in. If we get 2021 season, we think we trade Carson in 2022. I guess we would have to, but again, we're going to have a $30 million guy sitting on the bench. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. One game at a time. We probably would have tied if our kicker hit at least one. Yeah, our guy stinks too. So the Eagles' real worry was that Jalen would be better than Carson. I don't know. I just think everything together has just messed up this season, but you can just see they play different, they coach different. Everything's different for Jalen. It is. And it's crazy because when Foles came in years ago, I saw Doug adapt the playbook just like that. I did. But it's more than that. It's like this, like Javon Hargrave, 2 sacks, Josh Sweat, 2 sacks. What did this team have? How many total sacks? 5 total sacks. I mean, this team, 2 turnovers. This team played much different as a whole. It's crazy. Huge win. Where's Fulgham? He's weeded out, I guess. Who knows? Who knows? It's like whenever Wentz is in, Doug forgets how to coach. I feel you. And Wentz has been bad this season. Doug has been bad this season. It's been both. And this organization has just made bad decisions. And that's why we're in the position we're in. But I don't know. Peterson called different plays for Hurts. Yeah, just the design of the offense was different. And Wentz is my guy. I'm not here to defend him or anything anymore. Like, I'm just telling you how I see it. The offense played different. The team played different. They played harder. And I don't know if it's a character issue. I don't know what it is. I don't. Keep riding it. See if we can win next week. Why doesn't Doug run the offense with Wentz, or do you think it's relatively the same offense and Wentz just tries to do it? I don't know. It might be on Wentz too. It honestly might. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Wentz has been bad. His decision-making has been terrible. He's just been bad this year. But I just think it's everything together. Like Doug has been banned, but then again, it doesn't make sense why Doug can come out and coach this way, completely different. The O-line can hold up, guys are open in space, and maybe Wentz is just missing a bunch of guys in space. Maybe he is. I don't know. I'm looking for the same answers everyone else is. So why do y'all keep making it? I'm not making any excuses. I'm just telling how I see it. I've raked Wentz through the coals the last 4 weeks. We don't know how good Jalen is yet. I agree. What's up, Mike? It's going to go a long way, but I would love to see what he does in the next couple games. But what I do know is that he just came out here and balled out especially in the first half against a top 10 defense or a top defense, top 5 in both. I mean, top 5 in both. Crazy. Who do you think will win the division? I have no clue. I'm trying to figure that out. And you know what? It's just like, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I really don't, to be honest. Hurts and Sanders went off. Yeah, I mean, look, you got Hurts and Sanders both over 100 yards. But again, this is what I'm saying, people. Like, you got to listen. We give Sanders the ball 14 times. Like, we've been giving him the ball 6 times the last 2 weeks. I just don't understand this team sometimes. Reaper Talon, what's going on? BLSG, what's up? A win is a win, and all that matters is if we play the same way we did today, we should make the playoffs with 6-7 wins, so just relax and enjoy this win. I can't relax and enjoy this win, my guy. Look, I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like, what are we supposed to think? Are we going to think that this team is destined for, like, even if we go to the playoffs, we're so injured. It's like 6 defensive starters got injured today. 6. I mean, dang. Crazy, man. No sacks, played a clean game until the late fumble. He played really good. Jersey boy, what's up? What's up, my guy? Man, this team makes no sense, bro. It really doesn't make sense. Like, the only way I'll be happy about this is if we go to the playoffs and win a game, honestly. If not, then we are dropping to the 19th overall pick, at least. Carson getting excuses after a Hurts win. See, it's people like this. Y'all don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm not making excuses for Wentz. I'm not making excuses. You guys obviously don't watch the channel if you think the last couple weeks I've been making I'm literally raking the guy out. He did not play well the whole year. He deserved to be benched. I'm just saying. See, this is the problem with Eagles fans and all fans. Like, this fan base is always split on everything. Wentz and Foles, Wentz and Hurts. And the organization puts us in position to feel like this because of the dumb things that they do sometimes. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got people that say, oh, it's all Wentz. Oh, it's all Doug. Oh, it's all the O-line. No, it's everything. This team has not played good all year. This might have been the best performance of the year today, honestly. But I've been saying for weeks, like Michael says right here, run the ball. How many times 32 runs. Come on, man. But Jalen did what he had to. Took the throws, took what the defense gave him, no interceptions, and ran the ball and made plays with his feet. I think that office should open their eyes, should start Hurts the rest of the season and give him experience. We also need to get rid of the Roseman. We also need to get rid of Roseman because he can't draft or do anything. Yeah, he has. I saw this thing earlier. It said We have one Pro Bowler drafted since 2014. One. Crazy, man. Crazy. Man. Y'all look crazy for saying Hurts greater than Wilson. Yeah, I'm not ready to come on here and say that Hurts is the next Super Bowl champ. What I'll say is that he played a heck of a game and he looks promising. And now we got a quarterback controversy even farther. Like, this is probably going to go into camp. I don't see how you can trade Wentz unless you bring a guy like Daryl Morey in here to somehow finesse it. I don't know. I do not know. We got 200 people in the chat. Hit the like button. It helps this channel out. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notification bell, all right? Look, let me know what you guys are thinking about this game. I feel like this game was simple. Like, we did what we had to. We won. We played hard. This was a trap game for the Saints, but it was nice. Bruce, my guy, what's going on? Says make sure you hit that like button. This dude is sad when his team won. I don't even got to explain, man. I don't have to explain. Like, it's not sad. It's more so just discombobulated. Like, living as an Eagles fan, you've felt this all year. It's been back and forth. It's like, what do we think now? It's like everything just changes as soon as we get set on something, right? Now we're just like last week, we were like, all right, our playoffs are done. Here we are. It's over with. Now some people are like, let's go to the playoffs. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, this is the most fun I had all year watching a game because it was different. There was a spark for an entire game. I thought we were going to lose. I got scared when they got 21 points. Yeah, and we almost gave it up because Jim Schwartz was playing soft. But again, we didn't have the personnel in, so. Pick is bad at the time, but in hindsight. Right now, it looks good, but I'm saying the pick will always be, at that time, a bad pick. But I'm happy we got a guy with talent, and he deserves to be recognized for playing well today, honestly. Honestly. Philly fan all day. What's going on, my guy? Says it's a miracle. It's a Christmas gift. Have to give it to the Eagles. They were under. Man, with a rookie quarterback, took my Saints down. Way to play hard. Eagles wanted it more. Great game. Hey, shout out to you, man, for being real. Shout out to you for the respect, man. Shout out to you. Woo. Toby Miller. Appreciate the super chat. Says I'm a Cowboys fan, but congrats. Love watching your vids. Appreciate that, my guy. Shout out to you. Who knows with this division? You know what I mean? Cowboys, Washington. We can all, no matter, look, I welcome people from every team, every fan base, whatever, up in this chat. What we can all come together to agree on is that, you know what? There will never be a division as bad as this NFC East. I'll be honest with you about that, man. But, hey, appreciate the support, my guy. Hurts just brings that dog out of everyone. I mean, they played hard today. I don't know. They played better because of Hurts gave the team energy. I don't know. You guys, what do you guys think down in the chat? What do we do with Carson Wentz? Do we cut him? Do we try to trade him? What do we do? I don't know. Eagles are trading Jalen. Bottom line, his trade stock just went up regardless. Could you imagine if we did that? If we got rid of Jalen Hurts now? I mean, it's weird, but cool seeing Jalen raising the moral of the whole team. The whole team. Eagles have been in like every game till late, not competitive. No, we have the way that we have played the last 5 weeks. You can tell me we've been in the game because we get a couple garbage time scores. No, we have played bad. The way that we played in the first half, we were up 17-0 at halftime. We can usually never muster 3 points by halftime. Stop it. Stop. We have not been competitive this season. We have not. Wentz holds the ball too much. Jalen executes the plan and gives the offensive plan a chance. I hear you. That's what I'm seeing. Looks amazing and has a calm demeanor like Foles that affects more of the team. Well, I mean, you could tell these guys played harder today. I mean, just all the names. You could tell they had something more to give today. Lesson learned. What's going on? What's up? Jalen makes me nervous with his runs up the middle. I feel you. That's what I'm saying. And then what if Jalen goes down? Like, that's another. I mean, we never taught. I feel like we don't even teach our quarterbacks how to slide, to be honest. People are saying we missed our chance. We want a high draft pick. Look, I don't know what we want. This is where I'm stuck in the middle, and this is why I'm confused. Like, should I be happy that we just won this? What if it doesn't matter? Or what if we go to the playoffs now because we won this? I feel like we could beat Dallas and Washington with Jalen Hurts. I don't know. We could probably beat Arizona too. Just think about it. Eagles win division at 7-8-1, automatically the 4th seed hosting Tampa Bay. How much faith do you guys have? It depends who's healthy for me. Is this team going to be healthy? Hurts is a leader of grown man. How well do you think Jalen Hurts threw the ball? I thought Jalen Hurts was accurate on most of his passes, especially early on. Now, later on, again, the pressure came. He had to roll out. He was throwing a lot of balls away, but he hung in there and he was tough. So I got to give it to him. Yo, Philly fan down in Tampa. Best game I've seen all year. Hurts made plays Wentz wouldn't have, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm starting to think like maybe, Wentz just doesn't see the field well because Jalen Hurts, like the one play where Jalen Reagor crossed over the middle, there was like a pick route, and Jalen Hurts was open and caught it, and he was in space for like 20 yards. Crazy, man. Crazy. I just don't understand why Doug rolled Jalen out so much in the first quarter, but I feel like I just feel like Doug coached different today. This is the Doug I've been wanting to see all year. Honestly. I don't know. 300 yards of offense. The last time the Eagles had 300 yards of offense in the first half was the Rams game from 2017. This team is just, they confuse me, man. What I do know is I'm excited for the Sixers, man. RBU and I are flummoxed, adjective, flummoxed, bewildered, or perplexed. I hear you, man. That's literally what I am. This win's going to create more controversy. Look, I said last week, if the Philadelphia Eagles somehow beat the Saints and Hurts looked pretty impressive, I thought that, that like things were going to escalate, and who knows if Wentz will come back now. I agree. So much controversy. Every time he comes out, the team all around plays better. Wentz lost the locker room. Josh Sweat is better than Barnett. That's a fact right there. That's a fact. Honestly. Josh Sweat is the man, and I think he has 6 sacks now in the season, and he kind of fell off a little bit, but he played well. Honestly. Do you think Philly can still win the division? 4-8-1. 4-8-1. What are we, a game and a half out or something like that? I think we're like a game and a half. Let's see. Yeah, game and a half. Could we win the division? Yeah. But I don't know. This team is just perplexing. It's about the scheme with different quarterbacks. That's why the scheme for Wentz plays different than that of Hurts. Yeah, I hear you. Take over for place kicking duties for Jake Elliott. I will I will be glad to. All right. No problem with me at all. I am glad to do so. Because my gosh, just Jake, we can all come together to agree that Jake Elliott stinks. The biggest decision, the biggest difference I saw was the decision making. I absolutely agree 100%. It was the decisiveness and the decision making. And I know that you can do more with Hurts because he can make plays with his feet, but it was how fast he was processing. And I agree. Completely agree. Hey, what do you guys think of this new green screen, man? I'm here at the link, daytime, about to go talk to my guy Doug Peterson at the press conference. You guys want me to do the Doug press conference? Oh boy, with this, Doug's going to be tooting his own horn all night, man. And if we would have lost, he would have said, oh, it's because of the injuries on the secondary. This was rejuvenating. I hear you. Hurts needs to go to the playoffs. He needs experience. I've been saying that all year. I just want the rest of the team to be healthy, but that's just me. Shout out to Cat on the Moon. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Says, OMG, do you think Wentz will ever start again after this? And if not, how do we move on from his contract? Talk about a crazy year. You know, I couldn't agree with you anymore. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. You know, will Wentz ever start again after this? You know what I think? Here's what I think is going to happen. You guys let me know in the chat. Brokey says, I don't notice the green screen. You don't? You don't see the green screen behind me? Hey, let me know if you guys see it. But look, Cat on the Moon. I think that it's going to come down to a camp battle. And eventually I think the Eagles are going to try to inquire other teams about Wentz over the offseason. I think we are. Now, the thing is, if you cut Wentz next year, you're eating like $50-something million of cap space. You got to eat that contract. And if you don't, you got to take someone that's going to be willing to take on that contract. And maybe it's a team that needs a new quarterback. Who knows? But the way we move on from our contract is by getting a new GM in here and someone who, you know, a household name and is going to be able to finesse, and they're going to make a move that not a lot of us are going to see coming. And somehow, some way, they're going to have to finesse the team. Honestly, I mean, that's how I feel. Let me know what you guys think. I think that we're gonna have to get a new face in here, like a new operations person, new GM, something to try to move this thing. But it's gonna be hard. And if not, there's gonna be a camp battle. But then if you go into camp next year with Wentz, then what if you have a $30 million guy sitting as a backup? Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. We play like this, we sweep the next 3 games. I would probably agree with that. Not going to lie, an AB controversy is the most excitement we've had all season. This chat is jumping. Hit the like. And hey, we still got 175 in here. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Give me your questions. How many likes we got in this thing, man? How many likes? We got 118 likes. Look, get this to 150 likes, and we will do the Doug Peterson impersonation. We will do Doug Peterson at the press conference after Jalen Hurts in his first start defeats the 10-2 New Orleans Saints. Hit that like button, baby. A star is born. Hurts proved he should start. Sanders and Hurts can take this team to the playoffs if utilized correctly. I agree. But man, Sanders, that one run he broke away. He's had what, like 3 or 4 of those this year? 2 touchdowns for Miles, 115 yards, 100 yards on the ground for Jalen, 160 in the air. I just hope he can stay healthy. Jalen Reagor was our leading receiver. I mean, things that you just don't see all year. It's crazy. Crazy. Game plan was more balanced. Exactly. We ran the ball 36 past 30. Exactly. When you have a balance, you can do things. Michael, what's going on? Oh, man. Y'all get ready for the high, Doug. Oh, you already know Les Bowen has something to say, man. You already know. Try trade Carson to the Colts. Trade to the Colts. I always loved Hurts and hated the pick. I thought Hurts should have went top 20 and was underrated. When we drafted him, I knew this would happen because Hurts manifests hero moments. I will agree with you that Hurts has had a lot on his back, and he's gone through a lot. I will give you that. Here's what I will also say. I still don't agree with the pick at the time it was. I think he was a third, fourth round quarterback, to be honest. But we took him, and I'm going to support him. So, trade Carson and bring back Nick Foles. Everybody's saying trade him. My guy here says, bro, please don't trade him. Please don't. Hurts made better decisions with the football, only one turnover from the quarterback position. That's why they won. Trade Carson to the Patriots? Oh, no. Imagine Bill Belichick getting his hands on Carson Wentz. Hurts knows how to lead a team. That's why they played hard today. Wentz is not a leader. The team doesn't want to play for him. This is crazy to comprehend, man. I know damn well everyone in this chat never thought we'd be in this position at this time. I know nobody thought that. We got 134 likes. Let's get it to 150 so we can get Doug coming out from the presser, baby. Colts would take Wentz in a heartbeat. It's not like they attract free agents. I don't know because they have a sound team. Now, would Frank Reich like to reunite with Carson? I'm sure he would. But again, with the cap situation, with what they've seen, my buddy's a Colts fan. He said no to Wentz. So I don't know. And what would we even get back for Carson? A late round pick? Dump a salary? Is that what we would be doing? Doug was not trying to give Hurts enough credit. I didn't listen to it. If you're an owner, would you trade for Wentz's contract? I wouldn't. You know? In my personal opinion, like, I probably wouldn't based off what I saw because he's in his 5th year. He should understand some of these things by now, and he took a bad step back. So, I don't know. This division is so confusing. I feel you. Hurts is more mobile because Wentz is slow when reacting when defenses are closing in, which is leading to overthrown, underthrown balls. Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. Hurts' decisiveness and his ability to move on the ground was just much better. But man, I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point in terms of what do we do the rest of the season. Hey, RB, what are your thoughts about the Eagles trading Carson to the Colts and bring Nick Foles back? I don't think Nick is really going to do anything on this team, to be honest. He's more of a savior type, but that's just me. You can be scared of Jalen running the middle when Wentz does it. Only difference is Wentz slides headfirst and slides the right way. Well, actually, I saw Jalen with a couple weird slides today. But look, I am one person. And look, don't give me this because for years, I was a person to preach, Carson Wentz has to be the Carson Wentz that he's been to be special. He has to run. He has to do all these things and all that. And then there was people in this fan base that were preaching, no, Carson can't run. He gets hurt. No, that's what he has to do to be special. So if Jalen has to do this to be him, then yeah, he has to. I'm just saying. We never taught Wentz how to slide. We probably haven't taught Jalen Hurts how to slide. We got to teach these guys the right way, or else we're going to be in a bad situation again. But Jalen Hurts definitely, he played well. He can do it on the ground and in the air. So Hurts makes smart football plays and is more accurate based on what I saw. New Orleans number one. Exactly. They're the number one defense, and he played well. But guys were more open. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. First career start against the best team in the NFC. Give him credit. What are you talking about? I've been giving him credit the entire hour. He played a heck of a game against the best defense in the league. And I commend him on that. And I'm going to support him no matter what. People need to understand it's not that we're mad of the win. It's just we don't know exactly. That is what I'm trying to say here. I'm not mad at how I'm happy that I got to see, pleasant football today. But it's like we're stuck we have a conundrum here. What do we do? Do we try to go full force and win the division now? Do we go for the high draft pick? What do we do? Are guys going to keep their jobs now because of this? Like, a quarterback has to play the way they're successful. If running is a part of the game, they have to continue. Exactly. I agree. Nobody talks about the relationship Wentz had with Frank Reich. I do. He had a relationship with Reich. Don't even forget John DeFilippo. And what do we again? What did I say at the beginning of this? Certain organizational failures have partially caused where we're at. You let Doug Peterson come into the season without an offensive coordinator. You don't think that doesn't have an impact on the quarterback? Come on. Cool man Trev, what's going on, my guy? Says one heck of a win for the Birds today. Let the young players play. Doug Peterson will not confirm that there will be a quarterback next week against the Cardinals. We already know Hurts is going to play again. We already know. Or at least I think so. I mean, I don't see why we would go back, but maybe trade Wentz to the Broncos. Maybe. Green screen is lit. Shout out to you, my guy. Starting Hurts late was a mistake. Poor decision making by Doug, and he doesn't deserve anything for the win. I thought we should have started Hurts a couple weeks back, farther than we did, but I don't know. I'm an Eagles fan, but we don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. It just justifies our horrible play calling by upper management. Hurts is humbling us right now since 2017. I agree. It's the organizational failures that have partially resulted in where we're at. It is what it is. Me personally, I would trade Wentz after next season. I know we won and all that's cool, but all I can think about is my Sixers. Let's go. You already know, man. The Sixers are going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Who knew Hurts versus Hill would be a good game? Imagine saying that at the beginning of the season. Hurts versus Hill. Crazy. Great win. I think Doug did it on purpose. Notice how Hurts rolled out way more. He had like 7 rollouts in the first quarter. It's crazy. Sanders is one of the few players who have clinched a spot on the team. What I can say is that Sanders is our future of this offense. Like, no matter what, Miles Sanders has been the focal point of this offense, even with Wentz. Like, Sanders is that guy. We just don't use him the right way. And today we did. Is Hurts a legit starting quarterback? I would have to see more of a sample size, but based off of just today, I mean, he looked great. He did. Kind of enjoy watching this play and not having the quarterback get sacked like 100 times. Exactly. Trade Carson to the Cowboys. Oh, no. Oh, please no. What team should Carson get traded to? Whatever team is going to take him, if that's what we decide to do. If Washington wins 2 more games, they clinch the division. Do you think we can beat Arizona? Maybe. If we play hard again, yeah. I saw them roll Hurts out more than Wentz. Wentz is better outside the pocket. I agree. They just don't do. Doug, like I said, Doug coached completely different this game. He did. Why are people talking about Foles when Hurts just won? Which one is it? This is it. It's like this fan base is split on every decision, and that's partially what makes it frustrating. But man, I watched Hurts at Alabama and Oklahoma. I can say even when he was playing good, he was never a turnover machine. He's good. Yeah. I see that. He's calm, cool, and collected. Does what he has to. Can we all agree that Ertz call was terrible? It was. It was definitely a catch, but what I took away from that play was how is Ertz toe tapping and Alshon getting hype? I mean, I didn't see this all year. Crazy. Trade Hurts for a second. Also feel that Dougie, coach better knowing he can possibly be on the hot seat. Maybe. I wish Bill O'Brien was still in the league because I know he would give us a great. Bill O'Brien would give us the house for Carson Wentz. Honestly. Love the background. Appreciated my guy. I'm just kidding. Wanted to see what y'all will say. Trade him to the Jets. Imagine if the Jets get Carson Wentz, their fan base is going to switch fan bases. I don't even know how they still have fans as it is, but man. You're open to a quarterback competition next year if Hurts finishes strong. That's what it's going to be unless we can get rid of Carson. Honestly. This team just overall, just like I said, just played different. Won the time of possession. All right, not as many penalties. 246 rushing yards. I mean, 400 yards of offense. We have not seen a game like that this year. We haven't. Crazy. This game today reminded me of the Saints game in the playoffs where we went up 14-0, then they started to creep back. Just this time we held on and we won. "2018 Wentz played poorly. Foles came in and we looked like a different team. 2020 Wentz awful. Hurts comes in and we look like a different team." I agree, but I don't. The only part I don't agree with, I don't think Wentz played poorly in 18. I don't think he played his best. I would like to have seen him in more action in 18, but Foles did his thing again, so who knows? I think the guys around him played different though, like you said. Eagles fans need to let go of Foles. He's going 95% sure he won't come back. Who do you think is a better leader at the quarterback position? In terms of on the field, I mean, I can't really answer that, but I think they're both tough leaders, but in terms of what goes on inside the locker room, like I don't know. Maybe guys just don't connect with Carson like that. I don't know. Are the Jets going 0-16? They have to. I mean, their chance was last week and they screwed up, so they don't like Wentz. It's obvious after the first touch. Notice how Dougie had more of connection. That was another thing. He was all over them, buddy on a sideline. So who knows, man? Jalen helps out his offensive line by being in the right spot where he's protected and not holding the ball too long. Great not having to hear Carson Wentz talking about how he needs to stop making dumb choices. Oh, I hear you on that one. I'm so glad we don't have to come out and, we'll do better. We'll look at the tape. Thank God. Man. What do we do, fellas? What do we do? Go Birds. Is Hurts the new Nick Foles? Ooh, talk about that kind of a question. All these crazy thoughts going through my head, man. All of them. It's only one game. Teams will get tape on Hurts, then Jalen will have to make adjustments. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier about, this team, like, we're throwing him out there. He's doing all this crazy stuff right now. But if he's our future, then teams are going to have another game of film on him. So we'll see. Do you think we're able to pull through and clinch the division? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if we should. Foles and Hurts make quicker reads than Wentz. Wentz would have gotten sacked silly today by being slow. I hear you on that one. I think we should still wait another season before we figure out which quarterback is the one we want. Besides, this was only one game. We got to see if Hurts can be consistent. I do agree with that. And at the same time, we'll give him credit. I mean, against a great defense. Like, it was nice seeing Malcolm Jenkins, by the way, made a couple nice tackles. Would have been nice to have a guy like Malcolm, wouldn't it? But there's Howie Roseman for you. I feel like this today, it's almost like, we've covered like everything because we haven't had to talk about the same boneheaded mistakes. Really, this game comes down to, is Jalen the future? And why was Doug coaching different? Why did this team look different? It's like, you notice how we're not really talking too much about like next week's matchup and how important it is. We're really just talking about our future, honestly. Crazy, man. First game without throwing an interception. That's what's important. Didn't make the turnovers. We won the turnover battle. And our defense forced a couple. Jalen Hurts will have lots of adjustments in the field and out of the field. Hurts is mobile, and that is required in today's NFL, but he does not have a good arm. I think his arm's decent, but he can make plays. And again, we saw this with Wentz in 17. He's got to just be smart with what he does. Oh, man. Hurts did a good job recognizing when the pocket collapsed. I agree. Tough to game plan against a quarterback with speed. It adds another element. It brings another defender up. So I agree. Hey, everybody hit that like button in here. We got 200 still in the chat. Probably be on for a little while longer. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Y'all know what to do, man. How about those Sixers, baby? I cannot wait, my guy. 2 days. By the way, we will be streaming the game on Tuesday, so be sure to check that out. Can't wait. Can't wait. Hit the like button almost at 150. Hey, before we get off at 150, we'll impersonate Doug at the press conference, man. We'll do it. Got to do what you got to do, man. We got 159 likes. We got it, baby. All right. I'll take about 5 questions from the media because I'm Doug Peterson. I want to toot my own horn. So, hey, Foles is only good because of the O-line. Philly had a good offensive line. I just think it's who he is. Like, it's just weird Nick Foles' career, but I don't know. It just is like who he is. It's weird. He just comes in and saves the day, but he can't play a whole season. It's crazy, to be honest. Oh, man. Very boneheaded on the onside kick. Yeah, we almost gave them a chance to really get back in this, and we almost gave up too early, but all right, so we got the first question in here. Shout out to all the members in the building. My guy Rick Bennett says, hi. He goes with the Les Bowen on the first question. He says, hi, Doug. Was it your decision to start Jalen Hurts? Look, Doug's going to come out to the – look, this how Doug's going to come out. Ready? He's going to come out with all smiles on his face. He's usually all glum and just like – he's going to come out with a smile on his face. Hi, Doug. He's going to be like, Jalen Hurts played well today. But this offense played well. We were able to make plays. We were able to execute. And we established the run game early, even though I don't know how to establish the run game all year until now. But we established the run game. Our receivers were getting open. I thought the line played well. And Carson's been a great teammate. He's been a great teammate. Jalen Hurts, he came out and his first start against the New Orleans Saints. I mean, he played well. It was my decision. It was definitely my decision. I don't listen to the guys upstairs. It was all my decision. And I don't like to listen to other feedback. I don't like to incorporate others' opinions. because I'm Doug Peterson. And, I told you guys I wasn't going to call plays anymore. And I still call them. I'm Doug Peterson, and it was my decision. And then they'll ask him, hey, Doug, is Jalen your quarterback going forward? It's not the right time to talk about that right now. We'll evaluate going forward. We'll look at the tape, but we'll make that decision, and you guys will know when I make that decision. But right now, I'm focused on the win. We're still in the race for the division. We're still in the race for the NFC East. And, I'm just focused on next week. I'm just focused on next week's game. Let's get a couple other questions in here, man. Not going to lie, it hurts seeing Jenkins on the other side. Why can't we win a game outright when we're up 10? Exactly. Every game's a heart attack. Doug looked up some new calls from Madden. Coaching game was more conservative for Wentz. Doug, did you die a little bit internally with all the running plays tonight? I thought Miles got going today. There's still some runs he wants back. But I thought the O-line played well. Nate Herbig, Jordan Mailata, even though I benched them, they came back and they played well. It's not my style. We tried to get Jalen in a rhythm early because that's what you should do with a quarterback. But it's not my MO. But I did what I had to. And, we were able to run the ball well. We were able to execute. Hi, Doug. What are your chances of defeating the Cardinals in Arizona? I'm worried about winning. I'm worried about having a good week of practice. We're going to celebrate this one. And we're going to come out tomorrow and we're going to do what we can. We're going to go back and look at the film. It's hard to win a game in the National Football League. It's hard to win a game in the National Football League. Anything's possible. We can still win this division. We can. Hi, Doug. What was your reasoning behind finally deciding to start coaching this week? Well, what? This team has not played up to expectations, and I'm a working class man. I have a family to feed. I have a wife to impress, and I don't want to lose my job because if I go out and I lose my job, and I don't do what the ownership says, and I play on this narrative too long. I think that I just think the Philadelphia Eagles will not want me anymore. And I don't want to go back to being an offensive coordinator. I don't want to go back to being a high school coach. I'm Doug Peterson, and I like having my own team. And, I knew I was on the verge of getting fired at the end of the year, and I wanted to save myself. So it is what it is. Oh, man. Shout out to my guy, Bruce. Doug, will Jalen Hurts be a full-time starter this season? I already answered that. Doug, are you considering trading Carson Wentz? Carson's our guy. And, I don't think it's the right time to talk about those things. We're worried about winning this next game. We're worried about winning the division. So, we're doing what we can. Doug, what do you think about people saying to get an OC? I'm Doug Peterson, and it doesn't matter. it doesn't matter because I'm Doug Peterson and I'm not going to listen to outside noise. I knew what I was doing coming into this season without an OC, and at the end of the day, it's my decision. And I like calling plays. It's in my nature. It's in my nature. Hey, Doug, what will you do next week with Kyler going against you? We're going to have to look at the film. We still got to perfect things. We're not where we want to be exactly, but at the end of the day, this team showed fight. This team, with their backs against the wall, they come out and play. So we know we got a tough one next week against Arizona, and we got to win the game. So we got to look at the tape, and we'll practice hard throughout the week, and we'll see what happens. Did the missed field goal piss you off? I don't know if that's a Doug question or a me question. In terms of a me question, I mean, if you want to go back earlier in the stream, you can look at my reaction. I mean, this is what Doug Peterson will say about Jake Elliott. He'll say, look, I got a lot of faith in Jake. I'm going to keep putting him out there. And, he's got a couple that he'd like back, even though they're 20 yards. And he's just got to be better. And I think Jake Elliott knows that he has to be better. And, he's my guy. So we'll keep throwing him out there. Doug, what was the schematic behind the fourth down sneak with Hurts? Was it a poor concept or bad execution? We just got to execute better, Jalen knows that. He's a rookie, and it was my play call, and we got to go out there, and Jalen will learn. When you play 4 quarters of football, when you play 16 games a year, you make mistakes. And Jalen Hurts in his first start, I mean, sure, he has some that he wants back. But overall, we got to play better. We got to execute better. And it starts with the coaches. It starts with me. And it starts with the players. Hi, Doug. Why do you die every single game with the play calling? It's just my nature. It's what I like to do. And, I'm not going to give it up. I'm not going to delegate because I'm Doug Peterson and I love play calling. It just is who I am. So that one's on me. I see how it is. RB skipping my question. Hey, what's your question, my guy? Let's see. I didn't see your question, my guy. Comment again, my guy. I got you. LOL, I got Doug breathing. No one, absolutely no one. Doug Peterson. I am Doug Peterson. Exactly. Oh, man. That's funny. Doug, why do you like going forward on fourth down so much? This is Doug. Why do you like going forward on fourth down so much? Looks at his PR guy. I think at the point in the game where you're at, I think that when you have the chance to go for it, you go. You had the best possibility of winning the game based off of my higher ups analytics. And, you score there and, you convert on a fourth down and you give yourself a chance to score and, to keep moving the ball. And, we go up tempo. We go no huddle, and when Jalen's moving the ball, and I don't want to pull this offense off the field, and you know, it's like it's just who I am. I am Doug Peterson, and it's just who I am. I just go. I just like it. I just like it. Trade Jalen to Jacksonville. We need him. Oh man. Can you explain how Alshon came back from the dead? Oh, this is a good one. Phony Montana. This is a good one. We believe in Alshon Jeffrey. He's been practicing well. He's been playing well. And, he's going out there and he's running strong routes. And we believe in Alshon Jeffrey. We're trying to justify a contract. And, he played well today. He caught a touchdown. He caught his third pass of the year. What do you have? One catch? I mean, one catch, and he caught a touchdown. He was sensational today, and he's going to get a bigger role in our offense moving forward. Oh man! All right, guys, we have time for two more. Oh man, there's so many good questions. There's so many good questions. I love it. What do you got to do to be better? We just got Doug, what do you think about rumors that the front office is telling you who to keep on the field? Yeah, at the end of the day, this is the Philadelphia Eagles organization, and Jeffrey Lurie makes those decisions. I'm here as Doug Peterson, and I'm here to coach this team to winning football games. I'm focused on this week. Next week I'll be focused on next week, and after that I just do what I can, and I'm here to coach this team to win football games. But we've had conversations, but this is Jeffrey's team, so. Derek Larger, what's going on, my guys? Says both our teams won today. Big dubs. Shout out to Derek. Hey, let me get a trade package for Carson Wentz. You guys want him, right? Let me know. Oh, man. Hey, Doug. Jalen Hurts had an immaculate game today. What's your thought process on quarterback controversy, and do you believe Hurts is a long-term starter? I don't think that's the right time to be talking about those kinds of questions. We're in the middle of an NFC East race here. We have a chance to win this division, and we're going to put the guy out there that's going to give us the best chance moving forward. And we got to play better. We got to practice better. Look, Carson would like some throwbacks. Jalen would like some throws back. We got to look at the tape. We got to do better, and it starts with me. The coaches got to be better. The quarterback has to be better. This team has to be better. But in terms of a quarterback controversy, I think what we meant to do here as a quarterback factory, I mean, I was all in on it. We essentially have two quarterbacks now, and both are going to have to get paid, and we're trying to build a factory here. We're trying to build a quarterback factory, and I think Jalen Hurts played well today, and we'll evaluate moving forward. We have to evaluate. Doug, how do you think Andy views you after working with the best coach in the NFL? Andy's my guy. As a guy with 30 years of experience in the NFL, I got a lot of respect for Andy, and shout out to his team. They're doing good, and we're trying to win a division here. So a lot of respect for Andy Reid. Oh man, what's your thought process in benching Travis Kelce? Look, Alshon's healthy. We got these veterans coming back. These guys are getting paid $10 million plus. We don't want to have to pay another wide receiver. So we're going to go out there and we're not going to put the best talent on the field. We're going to put the guy out there that is getting paid the most money. And in that case is Alshon Jeffrey. Travis Fulgham is just a nobody again. And it's on me. And we got to get him more plays. We got to evaluate this offense and we got to do better. So heck nah, 60 mil over 2 years and got replaced by Hurts. No thanks. This is what Colts fans are saying, man. This is what I'm saying right here. It's going to be hard for someone to take his contract. Let's go Birds. What's going on, my guys? Says that's the best Doug impression ever. Sanders 14 carries. Think he should have got more. I agree. I would give him 20 carries a game, honestly. Oh man. Hey, Doug, do you think that you're scapegoating Wentz? I don't think I'm scapegoating anything. Don't you guys have anything positive to say? I mean, we just came out here and we won a tough football game. You guys don't say anything about the defense. You don't say anything about Jalen Hurts. I'm Doug Peterson, and I won this football game. So. Oh man, but hey, woo! Shout out to everyone, man. We're about to close in on an hour and a half. About to hop off here in like 3 minutes. Look, give me your guys' final thoughts. At the end of the day, Eagles win a game. I don't know how to think. I don't know if we should win the division. I don't know if we shouldn't. I don't know what to do with this quarterback situation. But what I do know is this team played hard. Jalen Hurts played well. And now we can at least look forward to some exciting football, right, in the next couple of weeks to see what happens. There's a lot still to entail. There's a lot more we got to see. But, man, Hurts played well. Sanders played well. Doug coached completely different. The defense played pretty well, even though they were banged up, and this team was flowing. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. Do you guys still like Jake Elliott? Yeah, Jake's our guy, and it's just repetition on repetition, and he's my guy. So I'm gonna trust in Jake Elliott. He's our kicker. He's our kicker. There's a few that he would like back, but he's our guy. 176 likes. Let's hit 200. Hey, everybody, smash that like button. Let's get it to 200 for the new and improved green screen, baby. Look, you see that? Oh man, I'm just like, I bring everything full circle. You see this right here? You see this is the beautiful part about having a green screen. Look at this. Look, you see this right here? Look, this is what Jake Elliott does for a living. $21 million. Doink. 22 yards. I could probably measure out in my front yard and kick 22 yards. This is Jake Elliott. No fans around. No fans around. The kick is up. Look, literally, we could have probably thrown the ball underhand into the field goal post. Doink, 22 yards. Jake Elliott. Oh man. Look, this is where Jake Elliott needs to go. Look, up here. Look, see your way out. Actually, no. See your way to the entrance, my guy. Oh, this is a weird angle. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Right there. Get out of here. Oh, man. We should just circle this spot right here. This is Jake Elliott's favorite doink right here. His favorite spot. Doink. Oh, man. People, like and subscribe to RB Homa, the hottest Philly sports takes. Hit that like button, baby. Woo. Oh, man. 700 more subscribers till 500. I think you can get it. Hey, nah, man. We are actually, it's 70, and I think it's going down now. Let's get a live subscriber count in here, man. Yo, we have went up 22 subscribers. We are currently 44 subs away from the 5K, baby. We are 44 subs. Hit that subscribe, baby. Giveaway coming at 5K. Giveaway coming, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. Woo. Now we can make green screen jokes. You already know, my guy. Go Birds, great win, but Jake Elliott pissed me off. Jake Elliott is so bad. It's crazy. The new Cody Parkey. Great way to put it. We were all making fun of Parkey for the double doink. Now we have a doinker at kicker. It's crazy. Cody Parkey had an all-star year, Pro Bowl year, and he sucks. And then Jake Elliott, I mean, great year in 2017, and he stinks. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, man. But, hey, shout out to all 140 in here. I hope you guys had fun watching this game. I hope everybody had a great time. Shout out to everyone, man. All the love and support. We're doing big things on the channel. Hey, if you guys are Sixers fans, we are going to be streaming every Sixers game live starting on Tuesday. I will catch you guys in for that, man. It's going to be a fun time. Shout out to everybody. Hope everybody's staying safe. Hope everybody's doing well. These Sixers are, we know where we're going to be at with the Sixers, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. But hey, shout out to everybody. Eagles win, moved to 4-8-1. They beat the 10-2 Saints. Who knows what to do now? Jalen Hurts impressive in his first start. And I'll leave you guys with that. I'm going to go watch a Doug Peterson press conference. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, be easy, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.